On the SIU, you said that an organization often has to hit bottom before it makes change, like the OLG. Are you suggesting that it might take a scandal like the Dukansky situation before the SIU makes more than, as you said, the easy reforms?
I certainly hope not. I mean, part of my job here is to barometer trends and to shoot a warning across the bow of organizations that I think are at risk of not making decisions in the public interest. Now, I can't think of one legitimate public policy or legal reason why witness officers, that is, those that are not in jeopardy of being charged, that are simple witnesses, that have an obligation to cooperate with the SIU, why the SIU isn't tracking them immediately.
Ombudsman, can you just have a quick question? It's often been suggested that you'd have power to take over complaints about activities of many other public bodies. That's a constant thing. And I was wondering, and I may be out of date on this, I apologize, how close are you to having power to investigate complaints against municipalities? What's the province's action and what resistance are you finding?
Well, our only area that we can investigate in regards to municipality is for open meetings. In other words, if a council meets secretly and makes a decision which advances or deliberates on a business of the city, you can now complain to the Ombudsman of Ontario and we can investigate that municipality. However, there's a huge loophole in the law allowing municipalities to opt out of the Ombudsman oversight.
Even on that, on that narrow
Yes,
issue?
and hire their own hand-picked friendly investigator, and 256 out of 444 have done so. So it's hard for, I think, the province to say, you know, we're playing tough with municipalities, we're forcing them to be open, accountable, but then allowing them to opt out. I mean, what if we allowed the government ministries to opt out? I think I'd be out of work. And the municipalities have opted out, despite the fact that they're always crying about being broke and out of money. They did find money to hire their own hand-picked investigators for open meetings.
Being able to investigate other actions by municipalities, apart from secret meetings.
I don't think we're anywhere close to... pardon me?
How is the province resisting? What's its...
I think there's no appetite to give us oversight of municipalities, period. The one area where we're given oversight is very narrow and allows an opting out by municipalities. So I don't think even that area really counts. Now, we talk in our report about their experience with municipalities. Some of them have been good, and some of the private investigators that the municipalities have hired have done a legitimate good job. However, we talk in a report about some at least one municipality that passed a resolution giving them a salary increase behind closed doors. We talk about the city of Oshawa, which allowed a private corporation to lobby them on zoning issues behind closed doors. Now, if I can think of two examples off the top of my head, an area where open meetings should be enforced in municipalities, it's A, when it's talking about increasing your salary, and B, zoning issues. And we found two of those cases. And in the case of Oshawa, if ever there was an award for opaqueness and obfuscation, they would be the winners of it. To this day, they don't see anything wrong with it. And they defied our process tooth and nail the whole time. So, no, it's not very encouraging when it comes to municipalities. But like I said, there are exceptions. We've seen some very good citizen municipalities. We've seen some that are cooperating, and we've seen some good independent investigators hired by municipalities. But overall, it's not a pretty picture.
Tough economic times. What's your argument for increasing expanding the oversight of your office?
You know, I think we want to make sure that every penny that is spent is wisely spent and you have the maximum bang for your buck. That's the beauty of oversight. Whether it's, if you look at the past work we've done on MPAC, the OLG, special needs children, that's been our function, our role. And right now, we're being kept out of areas where we think we could make that kind of a contribution, making sure the public gets value. One of the evolutions of the Ombudsman's office in the last 4 years is putting the accent not on vague theories of human rights or intangible pie-in-the-sky dreams. It's been in improving good governance at the provincial level. And by keeping us out, we're not able to make that contribution in areas that touches some of the most vulnerable people in society, whether it be people that are in hospital, people in long-term care, people under the supervision of the CAS, where the CAS gets involved, Children's Aid Societies. So we can't have that impact there. So when you have, as we've seen recently, horror stories documented in the front page of the National Post, when we have other examples that surface, hundreds of complaints coming to us from that sector, we have to turn them down. So to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. When we can fund an entire office on $9.6 million, overseeing 400 different bodies in Ontario, how much more would it cost to extend it to this other sector? It would be a fraction extra, and I think the return, the dividend, would far outweigh the investment.
What's your budget for this year?
9.6.
They gave you 9.6 again?
We received an incremental increase. I believe it's 10.2. We can verify that for you, but we received whatever everybody else got. We didn't get penalized and we didn't get any new money.
Donc, avec les 18 milliards et demi de déficit prévu pour les 2 prochaines années, vous craignez que le couperet tombe peut-être sur votre bureau? Est-ce que c'est pour ça que vous en parlez autant dans votre rapport? Parce que la première partie, là, ça porte uniquement là-dessus, sur ce que vous avez, le bon travail que vous avez fait, etc. Est-ce que c'est pour ça que vous en parlez autant?
Je pense qu'on doit satisfaire deux choses. Tout d'abord, on doit satisfaire le public qui a un bon rendement au bureau, que le 9,6 millions qui a été investi au bureau est bien dépensé dans le travail que nous accomplissons. Deuxièmement, c'est une façon je crois, pour le gouvernement de réaliser notre contribution à la bonne gouvernance en Ontario. Et je crois que si le gouvernement devient plus sensible à cette question-là, on aura de meilleures chances d'élargir le mandat pour couvrir le secteur moche des municipalités, des hôpitaux, de l'aide à l'enfance, etc. Thank you very much. Yes.
Back to Pat. Sorry. Just quoting you, best evidence is your freshest evidence. Given that 18 months into your pet investigation and negotiations, when will we hear something fresh and new other than soon? And also, she asked if you could put a name to a face, perhaps an experience.
We're expecting to be able to hear back within the next 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Something positive, perhaps?
I can't comment on it. I wish I could, but I think either way, you'll be hearing back from me within 30 days. If we haven't heard back, you will hear back from me.
As far as the name?
I prefer not to get into that right now. I appreciate that. Okay, thanks very much.